It's that time again.
Yep. We are Team Western.
And you are the most important thing to us.
Team Western
Podcast. It's all about the team.
Well, welcome back to another exciting edition of the Team West Herb podcast. I'm Clay Moden with Brad Gelber, and joining us this morning or this afternoon, whenever you might be tuning in, is Team West Herb member Dion Dawkins. Dion, thanks for being on the show today.
Appreciate my boys for having me, dog. What's up?
Hey, how's the off season going?
Off season's flowing, man. So for the people that don't know, it's never really an off season. It doesn't ever really stop. We have time to ourselves, but it doesn't really stop. Right now it's OTAs, which stands for Organized Team Activities. Used to be called Optional Team Activities, but OTAs is a time where we're basically at our location of play, which is we're in Buffalo, so that's mine. So I'm here from Monday to Thursday, and then we can go home Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I tend to bounce back and forth from Buffalo to Florida, but it's flowing. You know, it's going by extremely fast. Before you know it, we'll be in week one or in London, you know.
It seems like the season never really ends for the fans, too.
Sure.
No matter where you go, you're followed by the Mafia. That's got to be pretty sweet. I mean, all your events that you plan, it just seems like people turn up.
The Mafia is truly one of its own, man. The beautiful thing about the Mafia is, and I can speak for any one of my teammates, right? Like, to speak on that, I also live in Fort Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. When I go home to Fort Lauderdale, the amount of Bills fans that are in Lauderdale and in Florida is a nice chunk of the fans that are here. So when I'm out at the store, if I'm at the beach, if I'm riding my bike, if I'm going to the gym, the Mafia is always weirdly just in the cracks. Like, you already shnow. Like, I'm just like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, go Bills. But the Mafia travels, man, and they always show up and show out. I'm beyond thankful. I'm blessed to be a part of an organization and an area like this. You know, like they have grabbed me, hugged on me, and just showed me love. And it's truly one. And from playing at a university that I played at, which was Temple, coming to Buffalo was truly like a dream, because, you know, every like kid grows up that wants to be a football player or a pro. Like, they want to play for like the Alabamas and the Auburns and the Texases and the Tennessees and all those big time juggernaut football teams. Mm-hmm. And not to say that Temple's fan base wasn't as strong, but it just wasn't as strong as the ones that I dreamed of.
Right.
And from coming here to Buffalo, you know, it really like feels like that we're at the biggest
Absolutely
team walking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I think is pretty cool with Buffalo, like you just said, the fans, but, you know, you starting your own foundation, which is Dion's Dreamers. You know, talk to us a little about that, because the fact, like we just talked about off camera, you just had a cornhole tournament, right? I was there. Like, the vibe was awesome. And that's like a cornhole tournament in the middle of like the actually start of summer. Like, you don't necessarily expect maybe something like that to like be a blowout. And there's like packed people just like watching you guys throw, you know, cornhole boards and all this stuff like that. That's awesome. But that's like nothing new for Buffalo.
Well, Dion's Dreamers, you know, shout out to really Tisha Parker for really helping me, you know, get my vision and bring it to life. But, you know, Dion's Dreamers has come in a lot of different waves, because when I started, it was like around the COVID time. And my vision was different in the beginning. And then because of COVID, it kind of switched to, you know, feeding and helping people get clothes. And, you know, people are losing their jobs and they need help. So it went from that to kind of now where it's like, all right, people are not firmly on their feet, but they're on their feet, like in some type of minute way, which is better than a not at all way. Mm-hmm. And now, like, it's more so like where if, let's say, you wanted to learn how to play in guitar, like, I would help you find a lesson or get you lessons to learn how to play in guitar to like keep you active. Like these kids nowadays, like, they're in the house. They're in the house. They're on their phones. They're scrolling on TikToks. They're just making TikTok videos and Instagram videos and doing like, which is cool, like, which is very, very cool. But I want to help them take it to a direction where they can use it to their advantage, and where they're not just posting just to post, but like like you're posting and you're doing it like as a strategy and as a way of life. So Dion's Dreamers is definitely like one like now like where if you want to be a singer, like all right, like let's find you a way to get you singing lessons, and let's find you a way to put you in a class where you can be the best cook. Like you want to be a cook, all right, here you go.
Right.
Show me, like let's set you off. But you know, like Dion's Dreamers is something, you know, true and definitely like wholesome now. And it's a beautiful thing. And the older that I get, the more that I see that, you know, people just sometimes just need that hand. Yeah. And I for sure like needed it when I got here and I had it. So I just want to help however many I can. You know, I have kids, I have nephews, and they need it, and I'm pretty sure, and there's a bunch of kids, which there is a bunch of kids and young adults around here now that could use that extra hand.
Who's your inspiration now and growing up? Who would you say was?
Who's my inspiration now and growing up, who was? Well, growing up, if you want to talk about the big picture, like I was a huge Allen Iverson fan, Jamal Crawford, like those guys. AI and was definitely that, but I was blessed to have an NFL athlete in my town, Rahway, and I would say growing up, I looked up to Antonio Garay, which is a defensive tackle. He played on a few in different teams, went to Rahway High School, went through the same kind of ups and down flows and struggles of coming through like Rahway, and he made it. And once I seen that, you know, I was just in awe. I was like, holy smokes, like this guy did it. We ate the same lunch food and all that stuff, and we made it. So Antonio and Garay was definitely that, as well as, you know, like the top tier, like Allen Iverson. Like he was a dog. Like I'm gonna get AI tatted on me. So like shout out to AI. But and right now, I don't really know. Like it kind of changes like every day. Like to be honest, like I look up and I respect guys like I like Benny, like because from Benny being from Buffalo and me actually seeing the communities here now and understanding really what Buffalo is about, and for him to, you know, put his past in whatever bucket like it's in and taking like, you know, every cement step, which is hard. I respect it, and for guys and like that, it's just an honor to really see. So I would say like I like right now Benny, but it changes so fluently because I respect so many guys of guys and women of what they do and what they have like achieved. And honestly, being me and having like conversations with different people and realizing people's lives and what they did and where they've came from and how they've made it, I look up to them.
Do you feel pressure to be an inspiration? Because obviously a lot of kids looking up to you.
Nah, and not at all. Because I'm not an inspiration to everybody, so and there's no pressure. Like for the people that gravitate to me and understand my passion and my love, which is large, bro. Like I wear my heart on my shirt, I wear it on my hat, I wear it on my handshakes, I wear it through everything. And for the people that gravitate towards me and even see me as a role model, you know, I'm blessed, and I'm gonna continue to be myself. And I think the truest part about it is I'm comfortable with being me. You know, like I don't really care what nobody thinks. Like I'm gonna be Doc. I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna do all and my stuff. I'm gonna be in the camera. I'm gonna show love, and it's either you like it but you don't, and I don't care. And I think and the people that understand life, who cares? Like we're all different. Like it is and what it is. Like not like everybody is gonna give you the thumbs up. Some people are gonna give you the thumbs sideways, and some people are gonna give you the thumbs down. And for the people that are thumbing up, you know, let's thumb up together and rock this thing all the way till we create the biggest thumb up possible, you know?
Yeah. And I think, you know, talking to you and just like casually, whether it's on a podcast, in person, whatever, like you seem to be a very like inspirational person in terms of not necessarily working to inspire others. I just like talking to you because like you always got something to say that's interesting.
Some
but
gems,
you know,
huh?
yeah, but like for real though, we asked this to Dawson Knox, who was on the podcast earlier, but like Clay, I think you asked him, you said like, you know, what is the number one piece of advice you give to maybe rookies entering the league type of deal? And maybe it's what you just said, but you know, is there something looking back on your journey in the NFL that you wish maybe someone had said to you looking backwards or that you wish to impart on rookies coming in now?
The only thing that I would say is, in the NFL, it's different. So I would say, smartly be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, smartly be yourself.
Right.
Don't give the full picture of yourself because the NFL is a large business. Like I was blessed when I came in, everything was right for me to be myself.
Right.
I had guys. Like I had guys that respected me and allowed me to be me. And I was good enough to be myself on the field
and off
so
it,
I could be myself off. Right. So if there's guys that have a large personality and they don't know how it might go, you know, take it slow and then figure out where it is. But if I can give a direct piece of info to any like rookie, is really just find yourself an older guy that has been there and that has been doing it, that has had success, and really just stay right at his hip.
Yeah.
And do everything that he does, pick his brain, ask him a million questions, and build a relationship. Because that relationship could be your protection, and it can also be like your dictionary or index of the right way and the wrong way. And you're in a different world now. Like you have to understand, like even the other day, like I had to tell like one of the young guys, like, look, like don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like we are in a way chess pieces to billionaires.
Right.
Like we're at their leisure. Like they want to see us play well. Like we're basically shiny Ferraris. Like race this way, you're a bigger Ferrari. Like you got to block, you got to do this. Yep. And in your room, like you have Rolls Royces.
Yep.
You have Rolls Royces with diamond steering wheels.
For real.
You have freaking Aston Martins with like whatever.
Yeah.
Every room has different pieces and that are shining a little bit brighter than others. Yep. So understand that you got to be on top of your A game, because if you're in a room of Rolls Royces and you're a Bentley or you're a, let's say, a Mustang or a Chevy, like, dog, like you need to come on, because they don't want to keep looking over at the Chevy and being like, all right, like you've been a Chevy for a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a great comparison.
Like it's time for you to, you know, put the Ford Giottos on and spin.
Yeah.
Because it's a business, and in their garage they want Rolls Royces.
Yep.
With the big bird,
Yeah.
whatever, in the front. Like they want that. Like they don't want this. They want stars in the ceiling. Like that's just the way it is. But I'm analogied out. Like
I think that was fantastic.
Like,
for an auto
very
group.
well done.
Yeah.
Like for the people that have a hard time like understanding like that, that's that. You know, and be that.
Yeah, and I think something too, like you mentioned it earlier. You said, you know, you came in a perfect situation to be who you are on and off the field. But you are like the most laid back, like, dude, like maybe people watching don't know because they haven't got a chance to meet you or hang out with you. But like I tell people this all the time. I'm like, yo, like, no, Dion's like real deal. Like he's just a good dude. Like when you get to know him. But like for you have such a big personality, quote unquote, on camera or, you know, on social media, whatever. But like do you ever feel like, okay, guys aren't going to take me seriously when I'm on the field? Or do you feel like you can, because you're so dedicated the minute that ball is snapped and you are so dedicated to your craft, you show up every Sunday, like you can be both because of that factor?
So I try at my best, you know, I try at my best, but your play is going to talk for itself. Yeah. You could do whatever you want to do.
Sure.
And if your play is then they're going to say what they are going to say, and it's going to like be like, well, you're a clown off of the field and you're obviously a clown on. Sure. But if you're the guy, if you're handling your business and you're doing what you're supposed to do on the football field, then the rest is like what it is. And then there's times where it gets a little difficult because like even at myself, like I care.
Yeah.
Like I really care what people say in a way. Like I like to, like if I'm walking around and people are like, oh, Dion is this, but he sucks. Like, I mean, like tell me, like I want to know.
You're human.
And for a lot of people, like it's hard to really get that like feedback, but as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do on the football field, the rest is what it is. Like, but like you could paint whatever Picasso and what you want, you know. But when it comes and down to it, like I'm a football player.
Yeah.
Like I'm a football player. That is my number one source of revenue. Yep. That's how I feed my family. That's how I live the lifestyle that I have chosen to live.
Yep.
And I don't ever want to cheat on that. So I stay true to it. But the world wants us to be perfect all of the time.
Yep.
You know, and it's impossible. Like it's impossible. Like for people that are married, like, and I'm not married yet, and it's hard to be the perfect husband or the perfect wife every day. Yeah. That's why there's arguments. That's why there's this or that. So that's why, like, I like look at that part as well as like when people make mistakes on the football field.
Yeah.
Like I made a mistake. You probably just had an argument with your wife.
Yeah.
Like it happens. Yeah. So I take with being the athlete that I am very, very serious, and I give it at my all. And because I give it my all, it gives me the freedom to be myself off of the football field. Yeah. And when I'm not myself on the field, I minutely mute the stuff off of the field until it matches both.
Perfect.
You know, so I can live at a nice altitude because, like, I'm so true to the life that I live. Like, once I start getting off of that altitude, like, it's a bumpy ride, man. And I try to stay in a nice altitude flight, man.
Yeah.
With the new stadium coming up, we've been asking some of the players, if you had some input, what's something you need to have in a locker room, and turf field or grass field?
Grass field for sure.
2 for 2
Something
now.
that I need in the locker room.
Yeah, something that's like, you know what? We need this. Or I'd love to have this happen.
A pool.
A pool.
Yeah.
Great answer.
I'm
surprised they don't have one.
Like I need a nice pool. Yeah. Like a nice deep enough pool that I could jump in, flip in, and just swim. Like swimming is one of the best things that you could do, like for your body, recovering and even strengthening. And I think as recovery, just to get into a nice heated pool and just float around, like it'll take guys there and it'll keep their mind in a nice place. Cause like, you know, most people only swim like when it's warm. So if you could swim in cold Buffalo any time of the year and it's warm and it's nice and I'm telling you, it'll make it just that much easier for the guys that are here. And that's really all I would think anybody that owns a team is going to do is to make it just a little bit easier. But a pool to make it simple.
You know, we mentioned cornhole earlier, and I was watching an episode of Shnow TV, actually. Yeah. So I heard you talking about it, and it caught my attention how you said if you were not a football player, you feel like if you had that extra time to dedicate to the craft, you would be a professional cornhole player. For
sure.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what is that a future for Dion Dawkins after
movies,
football?
Man, I want to be in movies. I want to be on TV.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
Like I want to talk. I want to be whatever it is. Like I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like showing my personality and being at myself.
Right.
And smiling and laughing. But cornhole for sure.
Yeah.
Throwing bags is literally therapy to me now.
Yeah.
And you're playing with some of the best in the world.
Best in the world and competing. For
yes.
Real. And I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I really, really enjoy it. But hey, I mean, if I could be a pro, which I think I am a pro, and if I could just have a little bit more time to just sharpen them tools all of the time, the right way, like the coaching way, like this is what you do, I would do it. Yeah. Like, and it's fun. Yeah. It really is, bro. Like, they just be chilling, throwing bags, talking shit.
Yeah.
Like, what is like it's dope, man. Yeah. And I'm nice. So if anybody want to challenge me, man, Everybody that's watching and all these cameras, I will whoop you in some bags.
Yeah, and I know on ESPN you were actually, I think, playing a couple of the guys on the team were on there. I know Jordan Poyer was one of the guys. Would you say hands down you're the best on the team?
I would never say somebody else is better than me.
Yep.
Respectfully, I think that I'm the best cornhole player.
Yeah.
You win some and you lose some.
Yeah.
That's just the game.
nature, yeah.
But I think when it's a one-on-one, whatever it is, I'm whooping on him.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. And, one other thing, too, I think we asked earlier to Dawson when he was on, but, being at like a media day or a shoot day, like for a company like Westher or whatnot, you're on camera, you're doing TV spots, you're jumping on a podcast, a lot's going on in one day. But when you get a chance to do it with some of the guys on your team, like Josh, like Dion, like Steve Tasker, OG, like, what's that like to just kind of like rap with the guys on your team versus like a siloed type of deal? It's
a vibe. Like, we're just here crafting.
Yeah.
And I see this crafting because this is something that I want to do.
Yeah.
But being with the guys makes the blows softer.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have to get in the character, you have to get in the act, like, you have to have your mind on right, like, you got to do what you do.
Yeah.
So I think with being with the homies, I'm chilling with the homies.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So why not do what you do well and chill with the guys, And it's just like playing ball. Like, who wants to play ball by themselves? Who wants to do anything by themselves?
Yeah.
Like, when you're doing stuff together, it makes it easier. Like, shopping, rapping, eating, everything.
Right.
Who wants to do anything by herself? And to have guys that I done been through war with, hey, it makes it a lot easier.
And I'd be remiss. I know we got to wrap it up. I love asking Dion questions. The last thing I need to ask you, though, the upcoming season. So obviously we're getting closer to football. It feels like, for fans, probably feels like it's been forever. For you guys, you're probably like, use a little more time in between. But like, what's the vibe around this team? Because you had a great draft. Bean's been doing his thing. I know you've added some more pieces. You added Leonard Floyd today.
Sure.
You just extended at Oliver. There's some guys like coming back that are with the team, new pieces, old pieces. Like, I know McDermott's stepping into more of an active role with the defense. Dorsey's back for another year. You guys feeling good?
Yeah. Simply put, management, ownership, they're doing their job.
Yep.
They're winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now it's time for us to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
They put everything there for us to win. So we just have to grant that wish to them and to us, or to us and to them.
Yeah.
And just get it done. We definitely play the hardest sport in the world, and it's never meant to be easy. It will never be easy. Every year it gets harder and harder, but it's on us. Like, they put the right pieces there, and they continue to show us that they're invested. And now it's time for us to just show that love back and show them that we're invested too, and we're gonna go ahead and get this done.
Can't wait.
For sure, man.
There's a lot of exciting things happening this year and certainly coming up. Great future with Dion Dawkins. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, brother.
Looking forward to it. And there's so many more exciting things coming up. But again, we look forward to seeing you on the next Westher podcast. For Brad Gelber, I'm Clay Moden. We'll see you next time. Let's go Buffalo.
Skate.